some days I'm just like, I don't know if people if all streamers get this. It's just, I know there is that anxiety of like the go live thing. It's just like, but some days I'll be just not mentally prepared, just, a lot of self-doubt and just thinking, how am I,
Yeah.
But as soon as I see all the legends start to come into the chat, like it just switches me on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is sick.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think it's kind of like the getting on stage thing, in the band is like the nerves beforehand, just, it's all in your head and it's all quiet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's on and you're there and it's that kind of stuff goes away.
Yeah.
It does for me.
Welcome to Tardux, a podcast for content creators to come on, share their stories, experiences, and advice. And today I have the MainDevent. Thank you for hopping on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. So what we normally do here is we start things off with 3 rapid questions just to get the juices flowing. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So last movie you saw?
What was it called? It was called X.
Okay.
X.
What was it about?
It's a new one. It's an A24 film, if you know that company.
Yeah.
I've been going through and watching all those. It's a horror, but it's shot real retro, like 70s.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, some people go out to the sticks to make a porno and shit goes down. Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I liked it.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you get to play with any musician or band throughout history. Who are you replacing?
Oh, don't do that to me.
Yeah.
Any musician or band. Oh man, I'd probably fit into Ween.
Okay.
Ween, if you know who Ween are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that'd be insane.
All right.
Yeah.
And the best thing about where you live?
Parking.
Okay.
I live in a rural kind of area.
Yeah.
Ish. It's a small town. Not busy. Roads aren't busy, and parking is available.
Nice. All right. So, the MainDevent. You're a musician, you're a mod, you stream, you play video games. So, first of all, where does the name come from?
The MainDevent. Devent is my surname.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a little play on words,
Nice.
I just kind of run with it to begin with. I didn't think too hard about it.
Yeah.
I probably should have, because a lot of people get it wrong.
Okay. All right.
So the MainDevent is the first thing they say.
Yeah.
Or
I'm not going to lie. That's what I was like when I was talking to Kay Higgs, who told me about you. Like, oh, okay, MainDevent. It's like, yes. Right. No, it's not.
Yeah, no, it happens all the time. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so where did you grow up?
I grew up in the town that I'm in now. So
Yeah.
this is about an hour and a half drive southeast of Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I've moved. I've been here my whole life, but I've moved around a little bit. I stayed up in Melbourne for a while. I was in a couple of towns, not too far, but I haven't really strayed too far from home, and I haven't needed to.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think the main reason for that is a lot of close friends.
Yeah.
And I play in a cover band, and I'm really close with my family too. So
that's good. Excellent.
I'm gonna stick around. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. What did you do before you started streaming?
So, bit of a history. How far back can I go?
Yeah, as far as you want. It's your pod.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, in school, like I said, I always wanted to be in a band, playing music, things like that. And I played in a few bands, like little punk rock bands, and then I kept kind of pursuing that here and there. So I've always been working on writing songs and doing little things like that. I've always played in bands here and there, cover bands and different projects.
Yeah.
Nothing that really kicked off or, did anything. But that was always the dream. And I was always writing, like filming skits. I was always into video editing.
Yeah.
And I had nowhere to put the energy into, that kind of energy. And how was it? Yeah, so I was just working in a bottler for a long time. And then I started teaching guitar at a school, like tutoring guitar at a school. And I found myself gaming a lot, and I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So I got right into Blackout as this battle royale. It was and I started watching YouTube and finding the players who were good at it, and I was like, I'd never known anything about streaming. Never. Like, I was completely oblivious to the whole scene.
Yeah.
And after watching a few of these YouTubers like Bobby Poff and Spiros and Doug Is Raw and a few of these other Call of Duty players, and they were always talking about, oh, come over to my Twitch channel. I was like, what is this Twitch? Went and had a look at it, and, you know, soon enough I was like on there every day, being part of the communities, you know.
Yeah.
And with Bobby Poff, he was my favorite, and I ended up writing him a theme song.
Yeah.
Like, because I just thought, like, I just loved what he did and all the things he said, and I was like, I could make a song out of what this guy says. And I made him a theme song, and then I thought, holy shit, I was just always interested in how it's all set up, and I was like, I'm gonna give this a crack.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to set it all up, and you know, it just, as soon as I started doing it, I became addicted. You know, like learning all the ins and outs of like the hardware I would need, learning all the software.
Yeah.
Endless hours of YouTube tutorials.
Oh God, yes.
I loved it. I was obsessed. And I mean, I still am. I still love that stuff.
Yeah.
Finding out how to, you know, so the tech side of things really got me hooked. And then came the creative outlet.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I've got heaps of songs and videos. Like I could make little songs for people, which is what I started doing.
Yeah.
You know? And that's where it kind of the channel grew a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting traction, and then I was like, man, I hate going to my teaching job. I hate
You just hated teaching the.
I never really had a lot of passion in it, but when I was there, I was just thinking like about things I could do, you know, for the stream. I couldn't get my mind off it.
Yeah.
So I slowly just weaned my way out of that, and, you know, started just putting all the energy into this, and I haven't looked back.
That's awesome. Now, when did you first start playing video games?
I was always playing video, like, you know, what's it called? The Sega Master System.
Yeah.
You know, that's when I first really started. I was playing NBA Jam and stuff with my friends, and it wasn't until the first person shooters that I was like, yes, I'm in this, you know. Of course, like GoldenEye, N64.
Right.
Things like that. But yeah, I loved Mortal Kombat and stuff when I was younger. But GoldenEye was a gateway, and then to Halo, and then Xbox, and then eventually Call of Duty. Yeah.
And now, do you play, like today, do you play COD with keyboard or with a controller, or do you go to keyboard and mouse?
I'm still on controller.
Yeah.
So I moved to PC, got rid of the console because PC, you know, frames win games, they say. I don't know if that's true. You know, but on Call of Duty, on PC, it's really an unfair advantage to the console players, but they don't have an FOV slider.
Yeah.
So the field of view is at 80 for console players. And you can make it 120 for PC. So that was a big selling point for me. I was like, you know, and just the, you know, the overall look of the game and everything too. I was just like, it's time to step it up, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's good, because that's good that you didn't have to transfer through the whole mouse and keyboard, because one of our mutual friends, he came to Tarkov and he went from controller to mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, I've tried. I haven't tried hard, but I've you know, had a little dabble, and, you know, there's certain, like I do play other games sometimes, and there's certain games I've had to, and I'm really a noob with it. Like it's, you know, I've got a friend who tried to teach me. He moved from a controller to, and he's
Yeah.
like, you got to do it, man. You'll never go back. And
Yeah.
he calls it the spider dolphin. He's like, your left hand's a spider, your right hand's the dolphin, you know? But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I might one day.
Yeah.
I might one day, but
Oh
yeah.
man! So over the years, what's a couple of games that really stick out? I'm assuming Halo's probably up there.
Yeah, Halo. Halo was massive. But just the competitive side of Call of Duty, like just the I like the feeling of like wanting to get better at a particular game, and you know, just like work on the skill on the actual controller and aim and just movement, working out those kind of things.
Okay.
So other than that kind of game, if I was to play other games, it would be horror games and or puzzle games.
Yeah.
Like, you know, weird kind of wacky, mind bending, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think I saw I think it was a TikTok that you had of the one where you do autopsies or something like that.
Yeah, the mortuary assistant.
Yeah.
That's a recent one. Yeah, great game. I love that. Yeah, just you're embalming bodies and things are going wrong, and you know, there's ghosts and such. Yeah, it's
that's a hard.
Yeah,
nope.
it's good.
Nope.
you wouldn't do it?
No. No,
you don't believe in.
It's not that I just don't have the heart to have something move that's not supposed to move, and
yeah, you just don't want gut jump scares and things like that. I want that. See, I like even like with movies and stuff.
Yeah,
I zone into it, and I want to have the full effect of the scare they're trying to give.
Yeah,
you know. It's like my girlfriend. She hides under the blankets. I'm like, why are you even gonna watch it if you're not gonna watch it? You know, you want the effect.
Now,
you want it.
Have you played anything in VR? Because that's a whole nother level of horror.
No, I would love to. I've never. I mean, I've had a little go at VR, but nothing. You know, fully.
Yeah.
To scare the shit into my pants.
I'm telling you, it will absolutely do it. They're one of the first. PlayStation VR with the Resident Evil game, they actually had a candle that smelled like an old rustic cabin. So you would like put the headset on,
right?
And you'd
Nah, immersive. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So now let's go back to your one day. Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. If you love that jump scare, that immersion. There's horror games are built for. You know, that's what VR is built for. Is that mode.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
So now from a musical standpoint, when did you start playing? Was guitar your first instrument?
Yeah, I it was probably about 13 or so. I started playing a bit of guitar, maybe earlier, and just playing along to the bands that I liked and trying to learn that way. I didn't really start seriously learning like music and music theory and stuff until I was, you know, a bit older, maybe 18 or even after school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a cousin I used to hang out with him and our other friend. So my cousin was the guitarist, the other friend was a drummer.
Yeah.
And so we already had a guitarist and drummer. And so I was like, well, we need a bass. And I was like, well, it just kind of filled the role.
Yeah.
And now I've been playing bass in all the bands that I'm in, you know. So I do love playing guitar, but I mainly play bass in bands. Yeah.
And now in your videos, though, you play the full gambit, though, right? Drums, bass, and guitar.
Well, I mean, I can play a little bit of drums.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say I'm a jack of all trades on those kind of instruments, but definitely master of none. But with drums, I know how to program them. So I use a program to program in all the drums. So I know how drums work, but the technical side of playing them, like I could probably show you. So this is, if you can see that, that's what I use. So basically, I know how to program in drums. kick drum and all of that. So I know how the drums work, so I'm able to program them.
Yeah.
So I guess you could. So I kind of play them,
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't think the missus would let me have a drum kit in here. I tell
No,
you.
wouldn't go
Neighbors
over
might
well.
not be too happy about that. Yeah.
Oh, now who are some of your musical influences?
Musical influences? It's a wide range. I'm a music lover, definitely. I can't be pigeonholed into any particular genre, but
Yeah.
first names that come to mind are 311,
Yeah.
which is like rap, rock, reggae.
Yeah.
Deftones, metal,
Yeah.
Incubus, but then it goes to like John Mayer with songwriting, Jacob Collier, like, what else? I mean, a bit of everything. I mean, because I play in a cover band, I learn like a whole range of styles in different bands. So, there's... But the new metal scene is what really kind of brought me up, you know, that
that
Deftones
screamo
and,
rock, that
Limp Bizkit and Korn. So that kind of thing, I would say that's my main influence with what I write and want to hear.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do a wide range. But yeah, that's probably the best bands to explain it. Yeah.
All right. What was your first concert you ever went to?
My first concert. My mum told me when I was 5, she took me to see John Farnham.
Okay.
So John Farnham is a Australian. He's a classic, one of the greats. And apparently I fell asleep in like the 5th row, and he pointed me out.
Oh, nice.
But my first chosen concert, I think, would have been Blink-182's Mark Tom Travis show tour.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Unreal. It was unreal at the time.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'd think differently about it now.
And now, but thinking back now of all the concerts you've been to, what one really sticks out that was epic?
Yeah. There was one particular show. There was one particular show that comes to mind. It was actually a festival, but it was Incubus playing, and I was in a certain state that day.
Yeah.
And when they came on, it calmed me right down.
Yeah.
And I was just zoned in. So that was an unforgettable one. I think that was probably the biggest.
Yeah.
I'd love to relive that moment.
Yeah.
But I got the opportunity to play in one of my favorite bands.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so that's a story.
All right.
That's a story. Was it last year, even the year before? I can't remember now. But I've been a fan of this Australian band for a long time. They're called 12 Foot Ninja.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew the guys in the band a little bit, and I went to the drummer's Bucks party. And he was like, Dave, because we lived together for a little while, and I've always been a massive fan. He's like, they didn't have a bass player at the time. They're like, you should come play bass. And this band supported. They've been on worldwide tours, And I was like, oh my god, let's yes, So I put everything into it, and earlier this year I got to fly to Brisbane and Sydney and play these festivals.
Oh wow.
So yeah, being
full
on
on rock
stage,
star,
dude, it was insane.
Yeah,
it was insane. Yeah, and unfortunately, the band's not doing shows anymore.
Yeah.
Just as I joined, I think I wrecked it. but I did get to experience that kind of life and being on the stage. Oh god, so that was that. I'd put one of those as my favorite concerts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being actually playing at one,
Yeah, going through the whole green room thing, just hanging out before, and
yeah, it's surreal. I actually did a video blog of the whole of my first experience. Yeah, it was good. It's good to have that now.
Absolutely. What was it like getting up on stage that first time? Like you're playing with, people like, one of your favorite bands, and now you are up on stage, and it's like,
Yes, it was.
Were you nervous
leading
as
up
hell?
to it, man. Leading up to it, so it was a long time because it was during lockdown, and they
Okay.
had shows booked. And there was lockdowns happening all the time, and the shows just kept getting moved and pushed back. So I was, it just felt like it was never coming.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we were booked to go to Adelaide in January this year, and the day of I was meant to fly out, I tested positive for
Oh,
COVID and
no.
couldn't go, and I was like, ooh. So I had to wait again. It was shattering. I had to wait again, and eventually this festival tour came up.
Yeah.
And by the time that was happening, when I was getting ready, like when we were getting our outfits on and
Yeah.
getting ready, like I just felt like I needed to shit the whole time. Like I thought, like that's what it was. And they're like, nah, that's not. They were telling me that's not. It's completely normal. You know, when you get out there, that goes away. And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm about to like. So I was nervous, but as
Yeah.
soon as it got to going on stage,
Yeah.
I was surprisingly, I was not nervous at all. And the
Yeah.
first time I walked out on stage too is there's a few friends I've been playing games with for a year or
Yeah.
more. And I'd never met them before.
Yeah.
And they came to the shows.
Oh, nice.
And they were one of the first people I saw in the audience.
Yeah.
You know, I'd never seen them before, but I knew what they looked like. And they were yelling things out to me like they were, you know, about the game, like, you
Yeah.
know, don't break your legs and stuff like that. And I was just like, yeah, this is sick. And just, yeah, I was fully in my element and I loved
that's
it.
so cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wow. Yep. That must have been a life, an experience you probably,
Never
will-
forget.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm so lucky that I got to have the opportunity to do that. It was, yeah.
Cool. So now switching over to streaming. So when did you first go live? How many years ago?
So December. It's coming up 3 years now.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
So now did
yeah.
you start, I guess, with 3 years, probably the beginning of COVID, maybe?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was. And it was a good time to do it too.
Yeah.
There's more people
Stuck
online.
at
And
home.
that's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the first time I went live was just like real awkward,
Yeah.
really awkward. And I was just doing music streams at
Yeah.
the start. I was just, I had like a looping station and I
Yeah.
was just kind of making music and
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
And what was it like when
it
that
really changed.
first person comes into chat who you don't know? Because sometimes your buddies come in or whatnot, friends, and they'll it's like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing? But now you've got somebody who doesn't know you. Now they're in your chat.
Mate, for me, it was super exciting.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, holy shit, there is someone here. There's someone here. I gotta,
Yeah.
I gotta talk to him. I gotta, what do I do? And
Yeah.
yeah, the way I ended up treating the viewers who came in is like friends. And
Yeah.
I think I still do that to this day.
Yeah.
Is that like you end up like I form friendships. I feel like
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
that happened from the start, and
Oh man. And do you still remember your first subs and mods and things like that?
yes. The first ever sub is a good friend of mine, Big Mads.
Yeah.
I think as soon as I became affiliate on Twitch, he hit the sub button.
Yeah.
And there was a few others. Jessie Cat, who's still there today.
Yeah.
She's always been there, mate. Good friend. I'm actually going to get to meet her soon.
Oh,
She's
cool.
coming from North Carolina.
Oh wow.
Coming down. Yeah, I've actually met a lot of people through the streams.
Yeah.
Which has been amazing. Like another mod came and stayed with me for a few days
Yeah.
recently from New York. And
Oh wow.
yeah.
That's
Just
pretty cool.
meeting the people that I've met online. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you think about how many hours people spend in channels, and like you said, you develop that relationship, and year-long relationship. They probably know you or you know them better than some of your IRL, friends and whatnot.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
Yeah.
I talk to a lot of them more than I do my IRL friends now, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. The difference is, though, is that they see me.
Yeah.
They see me and they know my mannerisms and the way my face moves when I talk.
Yeah.
But I don't see them as much, you know.
Right, or hear
Sometimes
them either.
Like there'll be video, or hear them. I mean, some of them, like there'll be video calls and
Yeah.
texting a lot, but actually having them in physical form is different. I wonder if it's different for them. For like Rebecca, like I didn't really know what she looked like.
Yeah.
But but it was just like meeting someone who I'd always known for 2 years, like it was easy.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, that's so
I love
cool.
it.
So now
Yeah.
so now have you got to the Twitch partner status, or are you chasing that?
I mean, there was a time recently, last year where it was really snowballing and it was super close.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just been close but no cigar for a long time. And to be honest, I mean, I would love that, but it's not my main. I'm not stressing over that, know?
Yeah, it's not like all of a sudden, a switch goes off and now things are easy. It's, it's never going to be
that's
easy.
it. It would be, it would actually probably want to make me put the pedal on a little bit more.
Yeah.
If that happened. But it would be good just to, after doing it for 3 years and just all the time I've spent just to have, verified.
Right.
Just it would be a good feeling. But, and I know there's probably things that I could do to get there to partner. But I just haven't been, I think they're things that, would change the way I need to do my stream and the way I need to act a little bit. And I'm not sure if I want to do that.
No, and that's be who you are. Don't change just for that check mark.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, I'm sure that if I keep putting in the effort I am and things are like last year I got the opportunity to be on this this grassroots program that Twitch holds, which is like they call it grassroots. So it's like Twitch Australia, New Zealand, and they put you on the front page of Twitch for 2 weeks something. You have a front page slot, so it brings in a lot more people. And I got the opportunity to do that, which was good.
That is cool.
But it's I mean, Twitch is hard. Like discoverability is hard on Twitch, and you really got to pop off on the other socials, which I don't do enough of. Yeah, I think like especially YouTube. That's
the sort of looking back. When I ask people, looking back, what would you have changed different? And they said I would have gotten on YouTube earlier, or I would have hired an editor to just take that load off, and because like you said, discoverability.
That's what I'm looking at now.
Yeah,
I'm looking at editors and stuff now because I write a lot of songs, and that's the things that I spend doing offline is writing songs for the viewers who are in my Twitch chat.
Yeah.
And doing other, like I do little skits and things like that, like custom alerts. So I focus a lot more on the live stream than I do on the, So I've been trying to think of ways to balance that out or find more time to do that or hire an editor or, something like that. But it's also that it's hard to, like, it's not just a gaming stream.
Right.
As such. So it's hard to know what angle to take when going for content because I play a lot of Call of Duty, but the thing that makes the channel unique is the songs and videos and skits and a lot of the in-jokes. And it's like, how do you bring that to like a long or short form video,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're the things that are, I'm constantly trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're already doing some of those things. Like you're not just a COD streamer. Like you said with discoverability. Like you're, somebody's got to look through 10 pages to find you. But if you're the music guy, you're the skit guy. That's that adds into it. One of our in the Escape from Tarkov community, there was Veritas, who's a big streamer, and he always played guitar on stream in between loading into raids, and that was sort of his thing that got people to pay attention to him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Yeah. It's like, I'm always picking up the guitar and just, doing things like that. Yeah.
And now, what's made you, or how has your stream transformed over the last 3 years? Like you said, you originally were just starting to play music. So then, when did you bring in the gaming aspect of it, skits, writing songs for community?
Yeah. All right. So that's interesting. So the first thing I did was when this Bobby Poff guy who I first watched, who inspired me to stream.
Yeah.
When I wrote him this song, and then there was like people were saying, "Oh, I want a song" and stuff like that. So when I started to do streaming, there was people who, when they were hanging around a lot or supporting a lot. There's this guy who's a good friend now, MCB. He'd been around for a long time, and he was always there supporting what I do, he believed in me. And Agent Bauer, there's so many of them actually, but I'll make him a little song, so when he comes in, I can play it for him. I can show you what it is. This was the very first one. MCB, yeah, you know me. MCB, yeah, you He's a cop, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah.
Come arrest me.
So it's just this little thing that I could play when he comes in, just as a thank you, and I've now made nearly 80 of these little things. Yeah, so it just, and they've evolved from what that was into like full production, little 1 minute video clips and songs about these people. And it turned into, it went from just making one-off here and there to this thing where I added channel points so people could save up to be in a raffle to win one, which is what I'm still kind of currently doing, but I'm also just doing it for people who have, been there a long time. I shot myself into the foot a little bit now, though, because it's hard to keep up because there's so many people in the community I'd love to make one for. But it's just like they take a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can show you one more that's a recent one.
Yeah.
That is like, this is kind of just shows how far it's come.
Yeah.
I'll show you. So there's a friend of mine who's a streamer, and I used some of his clips and some of the things he says in his stream.
Yeah.
And it's, I think it's one of the favorites. It's like this.
What the fuck was that?
Oh my God. It's like a full music video.
What the fuck was that? Who's that? Who's that? What the fuck was that?
His name's Hit for Hire.
Okay.
Streaming till the daylight. The beer free stack. Does like he's throwing back and he's throwing them back. Now he's losing full composure. The rage is taking over, breaks another controller. When it's all going wrong,
He likes to rage.
Oh, okay.
And we all sing along, sing along, sing along, yeah. Hit for high. Hit for high. Hit for high. Hit for high.
What the fuck was that?
Fuck this goddamn fucking controller!
Oh my God.
So that's, So there's a lot of those. So a lot of the time goes into doing those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing a music video. You're writing the song. You're laying down the tracks. Yeah, that is time consuming.
So that's where, like I said, I mean, I could make YouTube videos out of them, but they're so, because they're for the particular person in the community, a random viewer of YouTube isn't going to be like, what is this? Who is this?
He's so angry.
And I suppose, But I mean, if I build a bit of a following on YouTube and if I preface the videos by doing the intro and saying,
Absolutely.
clickbaiting it up and just going like, oh, there's this guy who comes into my stream and I made him this song and this,
Right, yeah, lay down the backstory.
There's ways I
and
could do
then-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's way, yeah. And I'm thinking about doing that now.
That's
yeah.
great. And now, what was his reaction when you first showed? Was he just like blown away?
Oh, well, it's hard. That's the thing. That's the thing,
yeah.
man. It's hard to tell in the chat
Yeah.
because you're not seeing their actual reaction.
Right.
But, they might just do a couple of emotes and it's like
Yeah.
you don't really know what they think.
Yeah,
of
that's
it,
true. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. There's no applause. There's no, it's strange. It is strange, but I mean,
Very good point. Yeah.
yeah.
And now,
But it's a good response usually.
I can't imagine somebody not enjoying it because they're coming in to see you, they're enjoying your content, and all of a sudden the guy that they're watching just made a video about them. It's just like it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. They do appreciate it, I think. Yeah.
And they keep coming back, so clearly you're doing something right.
Well, that's right. And I think when it's not only when the song's about them, they like to see the next one, what the next one's going to be, because I try to make them all different genres and make them weirder than the last. And there was one where I poured gravy all over myself recently, and I was in a bunny costume for one, a scary bunny, and
I saw you were dressed up as a cheerleader or something for another one.
Oh no!
There's no end to what you'll do, it seems.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I was asking the stream the other day. I was like, I'm going to do this podcast thing. And I was like, I'm going to show, I want to try and show a song or something that I do.
Yeah.
And I was like, which one? And everyone's like, yep, do the one where you're dressed as a girl and as a cheerleader. Like all the ones where it's like the most embarrassing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your chat.
That's a Twitch chat for you,
Oh, that's
Mate,
fantastic.
they're not mods if they don't troll you.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, they're the worst trolls. So now,
Yep.
what has been the hardest thing since going live over the past 3 years about doing what you do?
The hardest thing is being able to switch it off. I think for me is going to bed or just not working. Like I constantly feel like there's a race against time.
Yeah.
And these are just my personal things, is that I can't stop thinking about the things that I need to do. It's hard for me to switch off, which affects the life balance for other things. And it goes all the way down to just, sleep and just generally looking after myself physically. Because I feel like there's so many people I want to make songs for. There's so many things that I want to do that I find it hard to switch off, and I'll lie in bed and I'll be thinking about this new thing I want to do. And like, I've just got a notepad on my phone. So that's tricky. But I'm working on that. You know? And
it's something
I think that's
you love, and it's hard to just let that go, or like you said, switch that off. Yeah.
That's where I know that I'm passionate about it, because I can't stop thinking about it. And, but other hard things, with streaming is I usually get on during the day because a lot of the audience are in the US.
Yeah.
So my time, I'll get up, I'll get on in the morning as early as I can, which is like 10 or 11. And that's to allow time for me to actually wake up and get into a mindset that I can actually, bring good energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I would like to do night times. I think I'd feel like I'd do better at night times for myself.
Yeah.
But then, it's better off if I'm streaming while my girlfriend's at work.
True.
So I can spend time with her when she gets home, and, but yeah, daylight savings helps with the time zone thing massively.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having that extra hour or two of, you know,
Well,
the time difference.
with you being a musician in a band, your switch on time is in the evening. So for you trying
It
to
is,
wake up in the
definitely.
morning and like you said, put on that face and because chat will know if you're not into it. And if you're not into it, there's 10 other pages of content creators they can go to and watch somebody who's enjoying themselves.
Yeah, that's it. Definitely.
Yeah. And actually, one of your
Yeah.
countrymen, I had a Toast Rack on. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a Tarkov streamer. He's like 55 years old, and he has exploded in the Escape from Tarkov community. But he was on. He talked about, it takes a little while, like an hour or 2 hours before you get your numbers up to that normal level, because you as soon as you go live, you're not peaking at your high points. So it takes a while. So you've got to have a large window, to get going essentially.
Yeah, for sure.
And now, what's
Yeah.
been your, sort of high point? Like, it's like, holy crap! I just can't believe this happened, or I did this.
With the
Streaming, yeah,
yeah, there was like I was reaching like the partnership viewer kind of area. I think it was around, it was late last year, and I the sub count was crazy.
yeah,
Like high, it was, for the viewership that I had and
Yeah.
the following that I had was just crazy. And I was making these songs, like part of what I do with the songs is I make songs for some of the other big Call of Duty streamers.
yeah,
Which has been a big thing to get into that Call of Duty scene
Right.
with the streamers, and just kind of just show who I like. I've wanted to be known as this music guy who's making these songs about the game and these
Yeah.
streamers and stuff like that. And it was all popping off like that, and it was creating a lot of traction. I was like, and then when I left my job, that was when I left my other job. I was
Yeah.
like, it's on, that was a massive. And it was around the time I was on the front page thing,
Yeah.
that grassroots thing, and it was just all popping off, and I was like, yeah, it's 100% on,
yeah. Excellent.
and that's yeah.
And now, have you had any big raids where all of a sudden your chat went from X to triple X, and now trying to deal with that?
Yes, so that's kind of how I got first started. Is I got a really big raid within it was like 3 weeks of me first streaming.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I had like 3 viewers for like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And the guy that I made the song for, Bobby Poff.
Yeah.
Someone suggested to him, oh, this guy's on, you should raid him, the guy that made the song.
Yeah.
And he raided me, and it was like 1,000 or something.
Holy crap!
raid. Yeah, and I was there with my guitar, and I was going to play the song live
Yeah.
for him, but my alerts weren't set up right, and it was just like I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, and I was overwhelmed too
Yeah.
with excitement, and I just couldn't do it. And then I think the internet cut out.
Oh my god!
Like soon after that as well, and I was like, no. But I think he knew that happened, and then he raided again. I think
Yeah.
a week later or something. But that's what really first helped me get an audience,
Yeah.
which is really awesome of him to do that.
And what's it like? You go from 3, now you have 1,000 people. Is chat flying by? Is your head like, holy
Yeah.
crap? Like, do you even have a mod at that point?
I think I had one
Yeah.
mod who didn't know. I probably had some weird settings on
Yeah.
the chat too, where you can't like duplicate. Can't write the same message, or don't spam emotes,
Right,
or
yeah.
all of those things happening, and just the alerts just constantly making noise, and
Oh my
me
god!
going, "What's going on?" Like just yeah.
Oh,
It was a hard thing to deal with at the time. I'm a little bit better at it now.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at handling the bigger raids.
oh my lord, that's crazy.
Yeah. I've got a little video that I can play if someone raids. I filmed a little skit with some friends of
Okay.
like, imagine if there was a raid in real life.
Yeah.
And it's just people coming and knocking on my door.
Yeah.
And I go and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we're here for the raid. I'm like, come in. And some people just look in and walk off. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
And they just come in and stand behind my desk. And it's like, hype. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And now,
Yeah.
what advice would you have for somebody who's going live for that first time?
What advice would I have? Know your expectations, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like know what you're trying to do or what you want to achieve. Set the goals. But also, don't expect anything.
Yeah.
You know, do what you do. Focus on the viewers that you do have.
Mm-hmm.
And just work at it.
Yeah.
You know, you get better by doing it.
Oh, absolutely. The fact that you don't have sick days, you don't have vacation days from like that normal job. Now you're in this role here. How do you anticipate or, adjust for things like that?
That's very stressful when it comes to, I always say like, Karina's like, oh, you're sick. You can't get on today. I'm like, Bezos doesn't give me sick days. I don't get it,
Yeah.
So I just try and balance it out. Like, if I usually do 4 streams a week probably, or, but if I have to miss days, I'll try and make them up.
Yeah.
Or just put in extra hours on a stream.
Yeah.
Just things like that. Or I'll make sure that if I'm not getting on stream, if I'm well enough, I'll use that time to, But as far as like the other things go, like I wasn't ready for tax.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't I learned the hard way. Kind of, but I did know it was coming, so I did make sure I had money put aside for when tax time come, and now I have to pay installments and things like that. Which is so that's been a massive learning curve too. Is just I've had to organize my accounts to separate business and so that's a good thing to be aware of too.
Definitely. Yeah, I had a Devil Dog Gamer on, and his advice was hire an accountant or set up an LLC. Because, like you said, now all of a sudden you've got this income. It's like you don't want to get freaking blown away from all of a sudden you get this tax bill you've got to pay.
Yeah, for sure. I've got a guy. Fortunately, he's got a few clients who also do it, so he was already, he knew what you could claim or what to keep track of. And those kind of things. Yeah. So I'm lucky to have him, definitely.
Absolutely. All right. So Call of Duty. So that was your first game you streamed. What is it about Call of Duty that hooks you? Versus other Battle Royale ones.
It's the death comms, when you kill someone, it opens their mic and you hear their anger and I feed on it. No, what is it about Call of Duty? I think it's, I like Halo, but Call of Duty, I think it's faster paced.
Yeah.
The movement and just the gunplay, things like that. I've looked into Tarkov a little bit, and just for it being like a slower burning, there's no hit markers. I think I just like that fast competitive. Yeah.
And now, do you play other modes of it, like capture the flag, free for all, or really just that Warzone aspect of it?
I don't really do much of the multiplayer side of it. It's mainly, there is a mode that I play it's a battle royale, but it's you can respawn, so it's not like you're out as soon as you die. So it's like a blend between multiplayer
Yeah.
a battle royale. So there is a last man standing, which is, you know, Call of Duty brought that kind of mode in, and it's I really like that.
Nice.
But yeah, I just find having the journey of a battle royale. You know, you start a game,
Yeah.
and you can come out on top. Like, yeah, and I feel like that kind of game mode flows with my stream too.
Yeah.
Is that I have one game, it
Yeah.
goes for so long, and then I can have a break and play a song, you
Yeah.
know, and do that other side of my stream
Right.
instead of it being like a really long, slow, you know, little interactions.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I've noted. Like I've always wondered about the Call of Duty streamers is like basically it's run die, get out, repeat. Whereas you have that extra aspect of music, the musical side of it, music videos. That mixes things up.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, I did actually play a little DayZ for a while, which I thought was pretty cool. I really liked the interactions you can have with other people, which I know Tarkov has.
Yeah.
And I've seen little videos of people, you know, they'll find someone and they'll have like a little interaction with them. It kind of, you can role play a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. I really like that aspect of it. I think that, like, if I was to move into anything, that'd be the reason why I'd move over to Tarkov or you know, something like that, so I could play songs and
Right. Yeah.
When I was playing, I played DayZ for a little while,
Yeah.
and like I'd come across people and I'd get my guitar out and they can hear the guitar and
Right.
I'd sing them in songs and they'd start giving me loot.
Yeah.
So I was like busking in game.
Right.
for
Yeah.
loot, which is it was pretty cool.
But like, I
But,
like watching your stream. You have that personality where that could lend to games like DayZ or whatnot. Where it's like, like you said, you bust out your guitar. You guys are all sitting around a campfire, and here comes musical Dave. He's going to play us a song and keep us entertained and roll into that.
No, I should do more of that. And I think it's just, I think I've just got the, I don't know if I'd call it an addiction to Call of Duty, but I just love that game, you know?
Yeah.
And I know there's probably things that might be better for my stream, but at the same time, I still want to do what I love. You know, I want to play the games that I like playing and yeah.
Yeah, and like I have this conversation with a lot of the people who are maining one game. Like, how do you transition off, or because at some point either you're going to get tired of the game, and then now what happens? Like you don't want to watch somebody like we talked about earlier being miserable playing a game, and what some people do, they slowly sprinkle in a game like maybe near the end of their stream. Hey, I'm going to switch off and play a half hour of this or something like that, and just have that backup plan, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, I've started doing a lot more variety things recently.
Yeah.
And I'll usually start the stream with the new things.
Yeah.
Or I'll set aside a certain day for a new game.
Yeah.
But those kind of things is usually community based, like just like marbles.
Yeah.
Today I played Gartic Phone, which is like
I saw that.
game, and
that was looking weird.
Dude, it's just, you know, when you give everyone the opportunity to draw whatever they want, it can be a little bit but it's hilarious.
Oh my God,
it's hilarious. And so I kind of I do sprinkle in little bits here and there, you know, just because, I mean, it can become repetitive, you know, watching the same game over and over, you know, where to me, it's not like that, because I feel like, you know, I'm wanting to get better.
Right,
You know, each time it's like grinding to feel, you know.
But you enjoy it. That's what matters.
And I enjoy it,
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, I mean, that might not necessarily be what all the viewers like, but you know, that's the way it is. You got to do what you want to do.
Right, yeah.
You know?
You don't want to be miserable on stream. That's it. That's not good. Yeah. Now, when it comes to COD, do you roll mainly solo, or do you roll with, other people that you play with, or randoms?
Yeah. All.
Yeah.
all three. Yep. So I really like playing solo because I can interact with chat a lot more.
Yeah.
And I find that I do better in solo lobbies too.
Yeah.
Because I tend to because my attention isn't always fully on the game. I tend to just fly into situations that I shouldn't,
Yeah.
and I'll run away from my team, but yeah, I do link up with some other streamers to play games sometimes, or I do play with a lot of the people from my community too.
Excellent.
Just friends. But yeah, when I do like sessions of getting into randoms because I like to do the guitar thing and get reactions out of them, and you can do all that, try and pump them up in the pre-game lobby by
Nice.
playing their songs, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And now the other aspect with COD that I've when I've been playing COD is the toxicity of VoIP in those lobbies, and then in game, how you're rolling the dice sometimes live on stream because how do you?
I think you can. I mean, there's always the risk there, and you kind of expect it a little bit, and you do what you can to avoid it. Like if there's someone with a gamer tag that's like, or that you can just hear in their voice that they're gonna say something, you can just mute them straight away, which is what I would do.
Yeah.
So a big part of like the TikToks and stuff I put out are the death comms, so when you kill someone, them raging or losing their shit. But in doing that, you are taking the risk because there are a lot of gamer words said, which is, it's super sad. I can't imagine like these people, I can't imagine they'd say these things in real life.
I know.
Like why, what? Yeah, I really don't understand it.
Yeah, and the name tag,
it's not good enough.
No.
Yeah, I really don't get it. Yeah. I think COD has been pretty good with reports of offensive language, though.
Yeah.
So you can report those people, and I've heard people, getting banned for saying things, and which is great.
Absolutely. I think so back in last Christmas, VoIP got added to Tarkov, and we were a lot of the community was like, oh man, this is going to turn into like PUBG or COD. But it never did, and I think part of that reason is because the crowd that plays that game is more, you're 20, 30s and older are playing that game. You're not getting the possibility of like the 12s, 13s, so you don't have that aspect of the VoIP aspect mixed into it.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah, and I think with the nature of the game of Call of Duty too, it's very competitive. Is where it's like I'm better than you. So that tension gets really high, and especially when it's like you can come back for that team and you're constantly killing each other, and
you get your
the emotions.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I rage, but I mean, I don't know. That some of the things that they say would just never come to my mind. Like I don't know.
Nope, I hear you there. All right, so now you get to pick your all-star Call of Duty team that's going to roll a few raids with you. Who are the three other people you're calling out that's going to be rolling and dropping in with you?
Teep. Teep would be coming with me.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite Call of Duty streamers. He's a COD pro.
Yeah.
Bobby Poff.
Yeah.
Which is the guy I've always watched because he's hilarious and he's amazing at the game. And I'd probably pick one of my mates too, Brazza.
Okay.
He's a demon at the game, and we just work well together. And he's
What's that? What would that raid look like, or
vibe.
that round look like? Just a lot of
It would just be pub stomping. It would it would just be a disaster of death comms calling them cheaters. And no, it would just I think it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Very cool.
That would be good. Yeah.
So now, are you? So the whole Bobby Poff connection. So you wrote a song for him. So he's a big Call of Duty content creator, correct?
Yes.
And you wrote that song. Now, are you also a mod in his community as well?
Yeah. Yeah, so I spend a lot of time in his chat. Well, not so much anymore because
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my own thing, but
Yeah.
I do go in there a fair bit still. So, yeah. But yeah.
And now from a
And I
mod...
have
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say, yeah, I mean, I have gotten the opportunity to play with him a few times.
Oh, nice.
But, you know, with those guys, they usually stick to the people who they usually play with,
Yeah.
you know. But, yeah, I've gotten lucky enough to play with him a few times. and,
Very cool.
Yeah.
And now, how did you end up becoming a mod for him? What was that path?
Well, I was just always there.
Yeah.
And I was making the songs, and I kept making more songs, and yeah, just always being there and learning all the commands and things like that. And I think one day one of the mods was like, "Oh, we're gonna VIP this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Give him a VIP status." And then one of the main mods was like, "No, it's here, make him a mod," you know? It's like, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. So now,
Yeah.
how would you describe your community?
It's like a big group of friends, like borderline family. I think everyone gets to know each other, and especially because I do these songs,
Yeah.
you know, they get to know each other's little jokes and quirks. Like we've got a guy who is always clipping me breaking my legs. Like that's his thing.
Yeah.
And there's like in jokes with heaps of different people, you know, and everyone gets on board these little jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like this big friendship of, you know, there's a lot of trolling. Like I've always had like really low denomination text to speech as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of trolling and, you know, so yeah, it's always just a big laugh. And there's, you know, whenever new people come in, like I'm trying to, you know, they're always really welcoming. They want to, you know, bring someone in and you try and get people's personality out of them through the Twitch chat, which I
Right.
really like, you know. I mean, it's fine to have someone who's just not chatting and typing, but I really like to see, you know, I like to know where people are from, which is why I have, you know, when they come into the stream and follow,
Yeah.
I'll press this little button. Speech, give us a speech. You know, where you from?
Yeah.
How'd you know, we want to know. Like, yeah.
That's awesome. You seem very community focused, and you really, I can tell you love the people who come into your stream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the best part for me, I think, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
And I think they like that too, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it's
A lot of the people come and stay.
having that interactivity. You're just not watching somebody, you know, cracking heads. They feel like they're engaged with you. There's a two-way chat going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a different kind of streams, isn't there? Like with you know, sometimes you want to have the more community-based things where it is interactive, and then other times you want to just watch an all-star at the game,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
who's not interacting with the chat at all, like,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, my thing is, yeah, I'm not a superstar at the game by any means, you know. But yeah. I mean, I want to be good,
Right.
But the main focus for me is just the engagement and just making it a laugh,
Yeah.
making it fun, you know.
And you do a great job with that. Just the videos you play, you just how you
Cheers.
interact. Yeah, no, that's that was like first time watching you stream. It was like, holy crap, this guy's really funny. He's very talented. You know, you started playing some of the videos, like, holy shit, there's a lot here. And-
Shucks.
shucks, yeah. But one aspect
man.
people don't realize, they're hitting that go live button. There's so much more than just playing the video game that people don't realize.
Oh, absolutely. I have to psych myself up a lot
Yeah.
of the time. Some days I'm just like, I don't know if people if all streamers get this. It's just, I know there is that anxiety of like the go live thing. It's just like, you know, but some days I'll be just not mentally prepared. Just, you know, a
Yeah.
lot of self-doubt and just thinking, how am I, you know?
Yeah.
But as soon as I see all the legends
Yeah.
start to come into the chat, like it just switches me on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is sick.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I think it's kind of like the getting on stage thing,
Yeah.
you know, in the band is like the nerves beforehand, just, you know, it's all in your head and it's all quiet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's on and you're there and it's that kind of stuff goes away.
Yeah.
It does for me.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So now, what other content creators that people should check out that you watch?
That I watch?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it's probably the main Call of Duty ones. Yeah. Just trying to think. I mean, I take massive influence from another Australian variety streamer who's a Twitch ambassador, who's Badjo.
Okay.
Like variety streamer, has like, you know, he has a lot of alerts and fun things that you can do in the stream, which is a major influence for me to, you know,
Yeah.
make these things, you know, the funny alerts and stuff like that. Yeah, so Badjo, Australian streamer. There's a lot of I'm trying to think of who to mention in my community of people. There's a lot of good ones. Stoner Bra 420.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. But yeah, Bobby Poff, Teep.
Yeah.
They're the main ones that I watch.
Yeah. There's, Australia seems to have so many good content creators, coming out of there. Like just, I'm looking at from the Tarkov community, we have, Pastilli, we have Trent AU, Toast Rack, Slush, and then
a lot of these guys you've been mentioning, I've watched a couple of your old, interviews and stuff like that, and I went and followed, was it Mad Dog?
Devil Dog Gamer.
Devil Dog. Sorry,
Yeah.
I went and I've got to follow a few of these people that you're mentioning because I really don't know a lot of the Australian streamers.
Yeah.
And I'd love to, see what it's about, like what's out there with the Aussies.
Yeah. And are you going to? I think you guys got PAX coming up or something along those lines soon, or some. Show?
Yeah. Yeah. There's actually two at the moment. There's PAX and there's another one. I can't remember what it's called, but no, I haven't got tickets.
Yeah.
I haven't got tickets. I should though. I should go to
just
that.
from a networking standpoint, when you hit the, when you sign off, what happens after? What are some of the things you enjoy to do, or you really, like you said earlier, you never really switch off?
No. So usually when I turn off the stream, I'll go straight into looking at what clips there were.
Yeah.
Or highlighting things from the stream.
Yeah.
To use for, outside stuff.
Yeah.
But there's also, when I usually raid out, so I'm usually in the raid, I'll go and sit there and have a beer.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back. And then I'll have dinner, maybe watch a movie with the missus.
Yeah.
Then she goes to bed and I jump on and write songs.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's, and then I go to bed too late every time.
Yeah.
Eat too much junk food before bed. Wake up, not feeling good, and do it all again.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh man. Well, enjoy that now while you're young, because I'm telling you, 20 years from now, you're not gonna, eating that junk food, that's gonna catch up with you. It's just like, oh,
yeah.
fuck, I can't.
Well, I mean, I look young, but I mean, I'm already feeling it. I'm 34 now.
Yeah.
But I'm already feeling it, and I think it's like I've always had a good metabolism. I was blessed like that, But yeah, now it's really wearing down. Hangovers are no bueno.
No.
Like,
And then trying to
pop
fly.
me off to the sick bay straight
Yeah.
away because I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want
Not
to fly hungover once you get past 40.
Oh,
It's not
no.
good. No,
Ooh.
nothing good comes out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. I got to get to the gym. I got to do something because this is not working.
Yeah, what are you watching with the lady friend? Any particular TV series or?
Oh man, we constantly will binge TV series and I'm a massive movie buff.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, the TV series and movies. I'm massive on.
Yeah.
You know,
What currently is on the playlist for TV right now?
I just finished watching a series called Silicon Valley, which is a comedy thing about tech dudes creating an app.
Yeah.
But there's also Better Call Saul, which is the spin-off Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. They're the most recent ones.
All right. Now, actually, since you're a big movie buff, what are your top 3 movies?
Top 3 movies? I would say there's things like I couldn't pick exactly 3 of the top movies, but I would say things like Hereditary. There's a movie called Mother. Mm-hmm. Psychological horror thrillers. I hate Marvel movies. Yeah, I hate the Marvel movies. So if you can imagine that kind of thing, I like, the more artsy ones. Yeah. You know? Okay. And the darker ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Any plans for this year? Any big plans? Any goals you're looking to try to knock out?
I had with this 12-Foot Ninja band, I had booked, there was a full Australian tour booked in October, and then there was 6 weeks in Europe next year. Oh, wow. So they were the major things that have just gone out the window. Oh. So I'm freed up. But the plans are, the next big thing is there's a bunch of the legends from the community on Twitch who are visiting in October. So that's the next big thing for me.
That's going to be cool.
And then next year, the plan is to do an American trip with my girlfriend.
Oh, no way.
And visit a bunch of places and hopefully meet some of the other legends as well. Yeah.
And any particular part of the U.S. you're coming to? You're looking forward to
I want to do a bit of time in LA, definitely do Vegas. Yeah. I want to drive out to Vegas. I don't know how I'd go driving on the wrong side of the road. Yeah. But I reckon I'd get used to it quickly. But I want to drive out to Vegas and Grand Canyon and do that whole thing.
Oh, cool.
Girlfriend wants to go to a Broadway show in New York.
Nice.
I don't know why. I just really want to have my car broken down somewhere in the back road of Alabama. Oh, God. I don't know, something like that. I just want to just be around those accents. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that southern accent is so pleasant. And it's just the people down there are so friendly. It's like, do you guys have something similar to that in Australia? Not Slush Puppy. Red Ops, who's Australian. He described Slush Puppy, who's from Tasmania. They're like sort of, you take somebody from the deep south and drop them in New York City. How accurate is that?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Being from down in Melbourne, the main one I notice is people up in the north that sound a little bit more ochre. There's a little bit more I'm going down to get some Timmies with the boys. Just more of that kind of thing. Yeah. But the difference in accents don't vary as much as they would in the US. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up in Connecticut, and you get an accent, 2 hours east of me, you have Boston. So there's a Boston accent. You go 2 hours west of me, you got New York City, you've got that accent. You've got the South, it's Texas.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is wild. Yeah. And Minnesota, you got a Canadian-style accent up there. It's definitely interesting, yeah.
Yeah, there's really not much. It's not that different over here, I don't think. Maybe I just don't notice it. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Well, hey, you survived the podcast. I thank you so much for doing this. Yeah, you did. It wasn't too painful.
Did I do okay?
You did awesome. But yeah,
Oh,
thank
we'll
you
see.
for hopping on. I really appreciate it. It was nice meeting you.
Mate, thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it. Absolutely.